All right, integrated 3 classes. In this video, I'm going to go over factoring by grouping. Okay, so factor by the grouping method. This is in your study guides. This is on page, let's see, I guess this is 6. So that's the page I'm on, and this is section D. And we're just going to do this first example right here. I'll be writing out steps to the side. You can definitely add this to your sheet as well or in your notebooks. But for factoring by grouping, we're going to do exactly what the name says. So the first step would be we're going to put parentheses around the first and second set of expressions. Okay, so we are going to do this. Here are the first set of expressions. I'm going to put parentheses around it. Here's the second set. I'm going to put parentheses around that. Good. So the name is grouping, and that's exactly what we've done. We have put them into groups. That's what these parentheses are right here. Okay. So now once they're grouped, the second step, we need to factor out a GCF from both. So from both groups, or I'll say each group. Okay. So that's our step 2. So I look at this first 2 group, and I'm going to look at these 2 expressions. Now we have to decide what's the GCF between these. Well, they don't have a number GCF, as you can see with this doesn't have a number at all, so there's no number. The variables is really what we're looking for. The highest that I can factor out is an x squared from both. So this is what this becomes. I'm going to put an equal sign, x squared times, so I take that GCF, make a product here with it, we're multiplying. This becomes x minus 2. Okay. Now do the same thing for the other expression. We're going to do the 3x and the 6. What's the GCF here? Well, it's going to be 3 from both of these. So I keep that plus sign, okay? And I factor out the 3, and it's going to be multiplied by whatever's left in here. So it becomes x for this front, for that one there, and then 6 divided by the 3 becomes 2. Good. That's what step 2 wanted you to do. Now, you'll notice that we have something that's similar here, okay? And if we sort of look at these as their own expressions, you see that for this side of it and this side of the polynomial here, we have another common factor, okay? Which is this x minus 2 and this x minus 2. Both of these expressions have that. And that's part of our next step, which is this. We're going to factor out the common binomial. Okay, remember binomial is 2 terms, so each one of these has x minus 2 in it. So this is what's going to happen. It becomes x minus 2 times x squared plus 3. It's almost like this entire expression here, oh, let me put my parentheses there, was taken from both the x squared. So if I took the entire expression and multiplied it by this and multiplied it by this, it would go back to what it was, okay? So I did a GCF here, actually. That's what happened. But what we have here is actually our final answer. I'm going to get rid of all this because this is the actual final answer. Come on. This thing's tricky sometimes. There we go. This is our final answer. That's the answer to number 1, and that's how you will actually do the factor by grouping for all the remaining 5 of these questions on here.